Skalos is here. We're talking about the Nightmare on William Street. Is that what?
I would call it the Haunt on William.
Haunt, the Haunt.
Yeah, and this is our 25th year doing this.
Wow, a quarter of a century.
Quarter of a century, and it's a pretty amazing thing. We've got lots of.
It's a little different from it was 25 years ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, 25 years ago it was just a few cut out tombstones and like a little cheesy figure, and that was really about it. So it's evolved. It's really morphed quite a bit since 25 years ago.
I was mentioning on here a little bit ago that I'm taking grandson Henry to see Dracula the musical on Saturday, and we're going to stop by and see the Haunt before that. And I've been by there before, but I don't know if I've ever been there at night.
Oh.
So that's going to be a lot different.
Oh yeah, it's in fact, like as far as my lighting, I've changed a lot of the lights to LED lights now. So I get really nice, rich, bright colors and just really nice atmosphere. So. Yeah.
Well, take us back as to when did all this? Why did you start this 25 years ago?
Well, originally growing up in the 60s and early 70s, my mother used to let me and my sister decorate our front porch for Halloween, and we used to go to P&J Variety and to Grant's, and we bought, she would buy us all these really nice decorations, and in fact we even have a room now where we display those that you can see. So yeah, so we saved all those from 45 years ago, and so we did that all through school, all through growing up, and then I went away to school and my sister moved to Virginia, and then in the late 80s we came back to Kanye, and then so I told my sister, I said, well, we should do something for Halloween. So we did something that was like kind of small, like in 89, and then in 90 then we started to do things out in the front yard, and it was just a very small, kind of almost embarrassing, but it was like a start, I guess. And I was telling Martha Sorhan the other day that back then you couldn't even buy a fog machine. I had to go to Raven Sound over in Erie, and I had to rent one.
Really?
Oh yeah, because there was no such thing. You could not buy a fog machine. They were just strictly a big ticket item that you had to rent. So, in that aspect, it's come a long way. And then
I bet technology's changed things.
Oh my gosh, incredible,
Yeah.
Incredible. And then, in both good ways and bad ways, because now we got China trying to knock all this stuff off, and it's junky.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so like all the animations I have, they're all custom made by a friend of mine who lives over in New Jersey, who does big pieces and works for Universal Studios and other big attractions throughout the country. So it's definitely a really high quality production. And the one thing we have new this year, we have a couple of new things for this year being our 25th anniversary. But the most interesting thing, I think, is we have this talking bride. She's really creepy, and she tells us a story about her husband. And the wedding dress that she is wearing once belonged to Antoinette Perkio. Yeah.
Antoinette Perkio?
From here in Conneaut. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Antoinette's
That's pizza.
Yes. yeah. So, and that's got quite an interesting story behind it. But I had gotten the dress through my sister's friend, whose mother owned Celebrations at one time, and Antoinette had left the address there, and then my sister's friend's mother, who owned Celebrations, Maxine Roach, she gave it to her daughter, who was friends with my sister, for her kids to play with, for dress up. And then my sister's friend said, well, hey, she said, I have this wedding dress for you. If you want to use it to build a prop or do something with, you can. So then when I was talking to my friend Eric Prinz over in New Jersey, he told me that he was working on a project where he was going to make this talking bride and the speech he was going to say. So I said, well, I have a dress for you. So then I sent him Antoinette's dress, and then he put it on this character, and this dress has been all over the country on this character. This character started out at Knott's Berry Farm in California. Then it was in San Diego and in SeaWorld in San Diego, and then it was at the Darkness in St. Louis, Missouri. Then it was at an attraction in Cleveland, and then it was at House of Horrors in Buffalo. And then last summer I was able to acquire it, but it needed a lot of work, so I didn't put it out last year. But now it's all ready and good to go. So, but it's a pretty cool piece, and the thing I like about all of my animations and accessories is that, you know, since they all are custom built, you won't see them anywhere else. You know, you will not see them anywhere else. So, you know, I kind of like that.
So how many animated things do you have?
Oh my goodness,
It's a lot.
Yeah, probably over a dozen. You know, so.
I'm not going to ask you how your neighbors react to all this, because I see your neighbors have their own displays.
Oh yeah,
now.
you know, I know our neighbors are very, very good. You know, Bill and
they join in.
Yeah. So it's nice. So everyone's really good about it, and you know, they like the traffic, because the week of Halloween we get a lot of traffic, and Dave Belmondo from TV24 comes out, and last year when he came out, he did a live broadcast right from there for his morning show. So that was pretty fun to do that.
Does he set up a satellite?
Well, you know what they do now, Bob? No more satellites.
Is that internet stuff?
Internet stuff. It's all, and yeah, it's just like a little sack the size of a lunch tote. And then, you know, because he asked me.
Did they ask you your wireless password or anything?
Well, no, he didn't
I'm
ask
sure he's
that.
got his own.
Right, yeah. But he just asked how the cell signal was out in the area, because they do it through the cell phone towers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that was quite a learning experience there, because, you know, I'm used to seeing the big satellite come out and everything. Yeah. But boy, those days are gone too.
I was we just had the sheriff on, and I was at a news conference. It's one where they announced they're talking about the girl whose bones were found during the drug raid, and they held the news conference. It was a big drug raid all across the county, including Conneaut, and inadvertently, when they were doing this, they found this girl's bones, which is, you know, a tragic thing. So all of a sudden, that meant the Cleveland and the Youngstown TV stations were interested in it, because the girl was from Warren, so the Youngstown TV stations, and they had the thing in the basement where they always have their news conferences, and unfortunately, all of the Cleveland and Youngstown TV stations, they couldn't get their signal upstairs and out to their trucks where they could pick it up on their internet. So that you don't have that problem with you.
No, not at all.
So, okay, now, do you still have something where you want people to bring food or something?
Well, like what we do is, because we're not really set up for to hold all the food, so we just ask for monetary donations, because the food pantry, they can get a lot of food.
Yes.
For you know.
Renee Roach has told me that.
Yeah. So you know.
Don't bring a can of chili beans. Bring a couple of bucks instead.
Yeah. I mean, if you like really want to, we'll like pass on to them, but it's just easier for us not to have to try and put a spot out, and then like make sure it doesn't get wet and everything else. So. Do
you get a lot of donations in for the food pantry?
Yeah. Yes, we do. So. Yeah, you know, I mean, we've over the years, because, you know, we've always given to the food pantry, except for like maybe the first 2 or 3 years. I think we gave money to Lakeview School, but
can't do that anymore.
Right, exactly. No more. So so you know, so we've raised well over a couple $1,000, I think, you know, for like 25 years. So
yeah, it's. So describe some of the things that people, when they go there, what they're going to see.
Well, you know, we have like an outside part of the display that has a lot of different pieces, and there's animations, and like our talking bride will be outside, and then we have a really nice special effect this year that I can't really tell, but you'll see it as you walk through the display itself, and then and then you come up the driveway, and we have a really nice witch stirring the pot, and we have a custom audio soundtrack done for her, and then we have a giant 12-foot tall pumpkin scarecrow, and then as you go into the garage, we have that converted into our vampire's lair, and this year I improved the inside with some vacuum wall panels that to make it look very, very nice. It's transformed quite nice, and so we have that special effect there, and then you go into the second room in the garage, and we have a magic mirror, and then we have a painting that transforms.
Was that there last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So it's all very nice.
Do you have stuff in the back, or is it mostly in the front of the house?
It's on the front, and then in the garage itself.
So when do you start thinking about getting this stuff out?
Oh, well, we start right after Labor Day. In fact, like the week before Labor Day, we'll start to pull everything out of the other garage. All of our fence and everything comes out first, and then we put our hearse out, and then from there we add all the figures and the scenes, and then from there we like add the lighting, and because the lighting is probably the most time consuming, because just to make all the adjustments to make sure everything's lit properly, because I like to have it look nice for lighting, because lighting really adds to the whole scene. It's kind of like painting a picture, because you have different colors and everything, and so that really adds to the scene.
Did you ever think about like doing movie sets, or?
No. Although some of it is movie quality, and in fact,
well, that's what I was thinking.
The library girls were out Monday, and they did Michael Jackson's Thriller, and they were like around. so and I haven't seen it yet, but I know Kathy Pape's been working really.
Well, they do an annual video, don't they?
Right.
Halloween.
Yeah. And this year because they had used me before for their other videos, and then this year I talked to Kathy about it, and she said no. She said we're just going to rerun all our previous year's specials. And then I got a message from her about a week ago. She goes, we're going to do this Thriller thing. So they came over Monday night and did that. So
do you try to have something new every year?
Well, usually, yes we do. And then, like I said, this year, because it was our 25th anniversary, I thought, well, I knew I had that bride last year, and so I figured, well, I can do that for this year. And then a couple other pieces fell my way, and then when I get the chance, I go to the big to the big haunted attraction show in St. Louis that takes place in March, and so I see a lot of people there, and network and talk to the people who I get some of my animations from and the supplies. So sometimes there'll be things there that will like catch my eye that I'll check out.
So is that populated by other people that have their own little haunts? Or
the show in St. Louis is like the big. It's the big granddaddy of all of the haunted attraction shows. That's where like all of the professional haunts go to get all their stuff and everything. So it's big guns there.
So like maybe some of the people, I can remember when they used to have the thing at the Lake County Fairgrounds.
Oh,
remember
right,
that?
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened to that guy. Patterson was his last name, I believe. And then
yeah, he used to call me every year to do something on it. And then one year he just wasn't there.
Something happened. I don't know what happened exactly.
I think he had some financial problems. I don't know that everything
financial
got
problems.
paid.
yeah, that could be because that could very well be. So.
Let's take a break and we'll talk some more, including your hours and that sort of thing we need to get to. So we've got Randy Skalos, Haunt on William Street, and we will be right back. All right, we were just talking off air, and I have to find, we did a video last year, and I'll try to find that, if not today, partially because we're running out of time, but maybe early next week we will show that video and give people an idea. But there's a lot of animation, there's a lot of lighting, there's a lot of scary things, there's some surprises, that sort of thing. Is there an age, thinking about the sophistication of kids today, is there an age that you recommend that they not go, or?
Not really. I mean, because it's a pretty nice family event.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it's not bad. And kids are so desensitized now anyway to all these video games that
this might be kind of mild for them.
Yeah.
How long will it take to go through, do you think?
Well, it depends, how long, because there's like a lot to look at.
Right.
There's just a lot to look at, and we pay attention to a lot of detail and things. So it just depends on your own interest and what you like, but there's an awful lot to look at.
So do you do tours?
No, everyone just like kind of just like mingles around and goes at their own pace.
So what kind of numbers do you get? Do you ever keep track of that?
Well, Halloween night we get around 1,500, 2,000 people.
Really?
Oh yeah. In fact, they close the street down for us for Halloween night, and because the crowds are just tremendous that night. That night especially. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew they closed the street. They closed all over Williams, don't they? All the way down to Clark?
All the way down, from Clark to Clinton, it's totally closed off.
I don't know if Harrington still do, but they used to do
their
donut giveaway, so
cider.
you can do the donuts and cider there, and then go down to the haunt. So what kind of people do you find there? I've heard stories before about buses coming in. Is that?
The Jolly Trolley came and brought a big bus a few times the last couple of years, and then different Halloween friends that I have from Facebook and other social media. They'll like come out from Buffalo or Youngstown, and then so they come from all over.
That's kind of nice. Maybe while they're in town, they eat somewhere in town and stay.
They do too. Because my sister always tells me, she goes, you are the like fall attraction. So and I believe it. I mean, because we bring in a lot of people from out of town. I mean, and we've had Erie News come in for the last 15 years, and just to get them to come in alone is quite worthy, So
yeah, I mean, they've had problems getting them in for D-Day. So
I know, isn't that something?
Yeah,
I don't understand that. I mean, that's like really, really a good thing. So yeah, so if you can, anytime you can get Erie News to come over here, you're doing something right.
One, I was at something where they were lamenting about trying to get Cleveland News in for D-Day, and a few weeks before that, there was. Somebody left trash at Ken Vaughn's old house on Liberty Street. And
it came down I saw that.
And it was a half blank report in the first place.
Right.
They didn't even bother to try to find out who owned the house. And who cares in Cleveland? Who really cares in Conneaut? And they said it was the coming into town. Well, from anywhere you go, it's the center of town. It is not coming into Conneaut at Liberty Street. No. And there were so many branches and trees and stuff. I don't think anybody crossing over on the bridge or anything was going to see anything anyway.
I never even noticed it.
No.
And hundreds of times I go by there a week. I never even knew where it was at. So so it wasn't that bad. So
yeah. So sometimes it's a negative, but it's nice that they come for something like that. But how do you fund this?
It's just been a collection through the years.
So it's like you lay out a little bit of your own money every year.
Yeah. I'll have like a budget, and then I'll go from there, and then and plus because I've networked with a lot of people over the years, I'll do trades where I like trade different things, for their pieces, and so it works out okay.
So that you don't have the same things every year. You get
Yeah.
something different and may have something different.
Right, yeah. But like my core stuff is all, always the same. I mean we have pieces that we use like for from the first year almost. So and I tell people that all my props and all my animations, they all come with a story. So so they do.
Well, tell me a couple stories about like where you got something.
I told you about the Antonette's
Right,
dress.
yeah.
That's like a pretty big story there. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing. But just like the casket vampire that we have, he originally was in Salem, Massachusetts, at the Museum of Monsters and Myths. So he was there for quite a bit, and then we even have the speeches that they used for him in the museum. So it's kind of like a little educational speech too that he gives, and quite a few of the props that we have came from a company called Distortions out in Greeley, Colorado. And a few years back on the Travel Channel, they had a show that featured them. It was called Making Monsters, and it took you into their warehouse and into their studio, and they showed how they came up with these ideas and how they sculpted them from clay. Then they cast the mold from the clay, and then they make the rubber product at the end.
Mm-hmm.
How they paint it and how they animate it. So I have quite a few of their items as well. So yeah.
Isn't there, from my visiting, isn't there stuff in the basement of the house too that people from the outside see? Or
Well, no, everything.
Isn't there-
Some things are stored there, but that's it.
I thought there was something that like, okay, maybe not. So okay, this debuts tonight, is
Yeah,
it?
tonight it opens up, and it's gonna be nice weather, and
Yeah.
so it'll be good.
Is it like at sundown or?
7 o'clock we turn everything on. 7 o'clock to about 10:30.
How about tomorrow night?
Yeah, and it'll be open every night.
Is it 7 o'clock
Yep, 7
on
o'clock
Saturday?
every night. Every night, 7 o'clock.
Can you go? We're gonna take my grandson. We're gonna go to the play at 7:30. So is there stuff that you can see before that? Or?
Well, I mean, everything will be, uncovered and everything, so you'll be able to look at things, except for like the garage, like that area will not open till 7 o'clock.
Maybe we'll have to rearrange things and have them stay at our house till Sunday night and then
So,
ship them home then. Yeah, okay, that's good to know.
yeah.
So what about parking when they're not closing the street off? Is there everybody just parks along the street?
Yeah, everyone just parks on the side of the street, so that seems to work out okay too. So that's not too much of an issue.
And so are you already looking for like next year or what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, this year's like I said, we added quite a lot of improvements this year. So next year maybe there might be something, but I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it, so I don't know.
Do you look for things for future years, or do they just kind of fall into your lap? This is too good to be true.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's very good that you brought that up, because a lot of things have in the past have done it. They've just fallen in my lap. It's like, oh, okay.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, but actually that's how I've acquired quite a few things. Is I was at the right place at the right time, and so yeah.
So do you do something besides this?
Well, in addition to my main job, I also work for the last 9 years. I work for Waldemere Park, and I'm the caretaker of their two dark rides over there, the Wacky Shack and the Pirates Cove. And so I go in the spring, I clean everything up, I do painting inside the ride, because everything's all fluorescent, so I use a special paint to paint inside. I'll fix some of the animations inside just to make the scenes look good. And then back in the spring, I was I was given a award from Waldemar and from this one amusement park group for my work on preserving and maintaining those two historic rides, because they're both the last operating ride left of that kind.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
So do you look at something like Conneaut Lake Park and be sad because of what's going on there?
Yeah, it's a mess over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just a mess. It's just atrocious, you know.
And it seems like it's been going on forever.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a case where there's too many hands in the pot, and things are not being taken care of properly.
It's funny what can happen to an amusement park. You look at Geauga Lake, and I see the pictures there. What's left there?
Yeah.
Someplace we used to go every summer.
Yeah, yeah. And over at Waldemar, Mr. Nelson has really, been on the ball there, and he really does things the right way. So he's because there aren't very many family-owned parks left. There's just a handful of family-owned parks, and all the other ones just corporate entities.
$300 to get in and all.
Yeah.
Didn't there was a list somewhere of the best roller coasters, was it, in the country? Yeah. And they had one of them.
Oh right, yeah, Waldemar's Ravine Flyer is like it's in the top 10. I think this year it came in at number 7.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it doesn't cost that much to get in.
No.
And I don't even know if it's a half hour away from here.
Right, exactly. It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
I always like the water slides and stuff. Not water slides, but the different water slides and all they have there.
Yeah. And then they add the wave pool this year too. So, or this past year, and then they're starting another phase 2 of their water park construction. They just started a few weeks ago. So
that bodes well for the area. I mean, it's nice to see that, them being so involved and all. So did some of your friends that work there, Waldemar, they annual trek to?
And the owners have been over too. So yeah, so it's nice to see them. So they, know what I do.
So how much longer are you going to be doing this? I bet you don't have an answer.
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah. Because first of all, I'm surprised that I made it 25 years.
Yeah.
That's like a real milestone, because I don't think anybody, around has gone that long. That's quite something. But I've been really, really fortunate for my help. I have a guy and his 2 sons who used to live over on Lakeview Avenue. Like for the last 16 years now, they've been coming over.
Oh, really? Excellent.
Yeah. So they're like really my driving force, so to speak, now, because I certainly wouldn't be able to do what I do now if it weren't for their help. So.
I'm thinking of somebody that puts Christmas lights up and then they turn the switch on and nothing happens.
Oh,
Has that happened to you?
Well, a couple of times it has. That and breakers of trips. Like, oh no, I gotta plug stuff in somewhere else. So yeah. So and then because sometimes a few times I've had dreams about that happening. It's like, oh no. Because we have this giant compressor in the basement, because a lot of our animations are all air driven. So, so we have to have a air compressor to operate all those.
I think I asked you last year, and you said that it doesn't do that much to the electric bill, though.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be too bad, no. And then too, now that I'm with a lot of the LED light, those hardly use any power, so that's like
energy efficient scares.
Yeah, compare those big floodlights that just generate all that heat,
right.
Heat and light. So,
yeah. One last question. Does it help that you've never grown up?
I don't know, huh? Yeah, how about that?
I mean, it's gotta.
Everyone seems to enjoy it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And what's nice about it now is we have since we've been around for 25 years, we have generations that have grown up through it. Generations. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Let's see. We got a phone call. See what. Hopefully it's relevant. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, Randy. This is Linda.
Oh, hi, Linda.
How are you?
I'm good.
Looking forward to coming over.
Oh, yeah. Linda has been over for like quite a few years now.
Yeah. But you were talking earlier about children wanting to watch it. I remember that one time I went over and this lady had this little kid in her arms, and she said, I said, isn't that afraid? She says, no, he begs to come every year. And she says, I have to bring him over every night. She said he just enjoys it. It was just a little, like maybe a year and a half, 2 years. He kept wanting to come over and everything, and it was so amazing that he was never cried or anything. And I thought, because little kids usually get kind of frightened of some of that stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice to see that. So, but we'll see you
Okay,
tonight, maybe.
Thanks for calling.
Pardon?
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome. Good luck.
See you tonight.
Bye.
Yeah, I bet there are kids that when they go there initially, they might be a little bit, and then they go home and they want to go back the next night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the whole month as I set up, people drive by real slow.
Oh yeah.
They look and like and their kids will be with them and they'll drive up and down the street.
And like we mentioned before, is that your neighbors also seem to get into the act, and they've got displays out and everything.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. So that makes it nice too.
So, what is your address?
Oh, it's 585 Williams Street, and then also we have a presence on the web. It's hauntonwilliams.com. You can look us up on the website. We have videos up on the website, as well as photos and a little bit more information about us as well.
Okay, so I'll try to get some stuff together and give people next week an idea. But so you're going to be open beginning tonight, 7 to 10.
Yeah.
And then you're open every night through Halloween.
Through Halloween.
From 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Haunt on Williams Street, Randy Skalos, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.
And we'll be there this weekend sometime.
Okay.